Thursday, we celebrated Ascension. And the Gospel of Ascension says that the apostles, the disciples, met Jesus on the mountain in Galilee, and they worshipped him, but they doubted. And then Jesus said, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me, and he told them to go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that he had commanded to them. And then he said, behold, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. And before long he ascended, and that was the last that they saw him. But notice what happened. They met him, they saw him, they worshipped him, but they doubted. They weren't ready yet. They were still not sure what to think. They doubted. He was in front of their eyes, and they doubted. Now look, then they went back to Jerusalem. They went into the upstairs room, and they spent the next 10 days praying and talking and remembering and praying and getting ready. And then it says, after 10 days, when they were all in one accord, when they were not arguing anymore, not squeezing into seats and yelling at each other for being in each other's space, not elbowing or shoving or arguing or gossiping or looking at each other and being envious, when they were all in one accord, it says, then there was the sound as of a mighty rushing wind. What does that sound like? Yeah. Maybe like a train, but the wind, not a train. And then they looked at each other and they saw tongues of fire resting upon the head of every one of them. And they began to speak in other languages the glorious things of God. And then they went out and they preached to everyone that was there. And they weren't doubting anymore. They knew. They were done. They were finished. They were ready to go out and to preach. And this is because the Holy Spirit came and filled them with grace and with strength and with confidence and with understanding of everything that they had seen. And that's interesting, because these were the guys who knew Jesus. They'd walked with him for years. They'd eaten meals with him. They'd talked with him. They'd asked him questions and he gave them an answer. They should have known. But they still weren't ready until the Holy Spirit came. Now I want you to think about something else. Think of your favorite drink. What's your favorite drink? Pepsi. Who else? What's your favorite drink, Emma? Your pink milk. Okay. Anybody else? What's your favorite drink? Orange juice and chocolate milk. Okay. Well, you have to pick one. You can't mix them together, because that's the point. What's your favorite drink? Dr. Pepper, a girl after my own heart. Now, say I want a glass of Dr. Pepper. What if my cup is full of milk and I pour Dr. Pepper on top of it? Is that going to taste good? It's going to taste yucky. So think of your favorite drink, and then something else. Milk, if your favorite drink isn't milk. Orange juice, if your favorite drink is milk, or anything else. If you mix the drinks, are you going to taste your favorite drink, even though you poured your favorite drink on there? This is the thing. The Holy Spirit is given to every one of us. If you're baptized and chrismated, then you've received the Holy Spirit. But our lives are usually full of other things, right? And if we wonder, why aren't we going out there and preaching and doing miracles and all of these wonderful things? Well, we don't have to look very far. Our lives are full of other things. We can't taste the joy of the Holy Spirit because our lives are full of milk or orange juice or Dr. Pepper or whatever else. This is how it works. Does that make sense? If your life and your mind and your heart are full of other things, and if you're not in one accord with each other, then you cannot receive and recognize and exhibit the gifts of the Holy Spirit. And the gifts of the Spirit, the fruit of the Spirit, are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, self-control. I'm sure I forgot one or two. This is what we're supposed to be like. But it requires that we become at peace, in one accord with our brothers and sisters and everyone around us, and that our lives not be full of other things. Make sense? All right. Think about that. Celebrate the day of Pentecost, but let's stand and take communion together. You're not going to stay up in Sunday school for as long today. I'm going to send somebody up after a little while, and you're going to come downstairs for the part of the kneeling vespers where we actually kneel, because it's important that we all kneel together. And I'll maybe explain that then too.